So it's throwback video day in the HSE wrestling room, looking at an older match, Dake versus Taylor, 1 versus 2, Cornell, Penn State, at the NCAAs about 10 years ago now. So we're going to take a look at 2013 was about 10 years ago.
That hurt.
Yeah, and not as young as you think you are, kid. But yeah, we're going to take a look at this finish. The way Dake gets to his 2 from a pretty awkward position. And take it away from there.
So he gets in on the ankle and immediately shoots his opposite elbow and knee through the gap. This is going to come into play later because this makes his finish a whole lot easier because he's hiding his left ankle. Only one exposed is his right. But it's really important to note that he gets his head under the cusp of David Taylor's knee, right in the break. If he comes in too shallow, David Taylor is going to be able to sit. And if he comes in too high, David Taylor is going to end up right over the top, right? So he's in really good position here. From here, he has his left ankle protected already because he's sitting on it, and he got it under David Taylor. So he's going to take his right foot, and he's going to extend it as far out as possible. This forces David Taylor into an uncomfortable position, right? His hips are offset, his head's on the mat. He has to go for some sort of leg wrap. He's looking to roll through and just continue the scramble. To counter this, Kyle Dake he's going to minimize the leg. You cannot go anywhere without your legs. It's almost impossible, right? So what he does is the leg that's down farther, that he already has his arm out over the top, he's going to post that one and keep it extended. If there's a break at the knee, it's easier for David Taylor to manipulate his own leg. If his leg is fully extended, it's a lot more difficult for him to make moves. So he does a really good job of getting in by default, and he can get there because of how he entered with his shot, right? He doesn't have to do all that extra work. From here, he knows David Taylor is going for the leg wrap, knows he's going to try and body lock around the legs, lock around the waist, wherever he can get something. So what he does is he just sits on his butt. It's very simple. People love to do it every day. People that don't wrestle love to do it. All he does is go from his heel to his butt. This creates that much more distance from David Taylor's arms to his head. And the longer your arms are extended, the harder it is to finish your shot. You can see this on any single legs, any double legs. When people shoot and you sprawl, you push at the hips, extend their arms, gets a lot more difficult to finish. From here, he does not care what David Taylor is doing at all. All he's worried about is that one leg. So all he does is continue sucking that leg up, continue trying to straighten it out, and steps right over top of it. This creates almost like a knee bar type of situation. It's very uncomfortable for David Taylor. So he's just going to try and fight out of it. And all Kyle Dake does is focus on the leg. He doesn't worry about the other leg, doesn't worry about the hands, doesn't worry about the positioning. He just focuses on the leg and focuses on stepping over and getting the ankle and the break at his knee. Once he gets that leg completely extended, as the camera angle switches, that's when he starts to focus on the other leg because now he has one down. There's only one more to go until he can get to the hips. So he elevates it, sits back down on his hip. This puts David Taylor in an even more uncomfortable position. And then all he's going to do from here is push his chest up into him and just turn his body. That space that he created by using his own thigh as a lever with David Taylor's knee is the space that's going to bring David Taylor off of the mat and not allow him to continue to lay his hips down and create more scrambles, right? So you see he sits up, and from here it is very simple for him. All you have to do is just turn your hips, right? He turns his hips into him, brings his left arm up because there's nothing to stop it, wraps it around the waist, lets go of the leg, and just turns around the body.
Single leg. Dake trying to turn him.
30 seconds.
Oh, this looks so uncomfortable for Taylor right now.
Dake's got his head out. He can turn in. Right there is going to get the 2 points.
There it is. Dake takes the lead.
Take down Kyle Dake. 10 seconds.
Big